games. So they are both thinking, yes, Central is saying this is a short 3 points, and of course Moruga is saying as well, this is a short 3 points.
Yeah, and there are no short things in football, of course, as you can well appreciate. We've seen bigger teams fall to smaller teams, but this is, on paper, a well-matched game for both sides. They have the opportunity here to put some points on the board for Central to add to the 2 that they have, and Moruga to put some points on the board finally in the 5th week of competition.
And of course Central FC will play their normal game, a nice brand attacking, they play with flair, and of course Moruga also have players who can match them with flair. When you look at players, as of course you mentioned Makanaki, who is a number 10, anyone who wears a number 10 you can expect to be a good player. But of course we have seen Ryan King Allen, despite missing that penalty last week against Police, he's a who is very with the ball at his feet. He's a player who can take it to the defense, and of course he will have Fikile Thompson busy today.
Yeah, Tiba Charles also did show some good signs. They're playing 3 forwards on top is Moruga, and as we see the referees here, CJ O'Brien is the referee in charge. He's the man with the whistle. Sashram Sarup is one of his assistants. Kome Nicholas is the other, and Kerwin Colley is the 4th official walking off the pitch. So a great game on paper. We'll wait to see how these teams acquit themselves on a very nice afternoon for football here at the Arima Velodrome. Both teams with a great opportunity here to further their cause in the Ascension League.
And of course, and with Central FC have a lot. If they win this game, they will leapfrog 2 teams. They will also leapfrog CSW, and they will climb to 7th on the table. With Moruga winning, they can leapfrog, of course, Central FC. So it's a good game. Both teams will leapfrog, will make an upward progress in the standings should any of the teams get a win today.
Yeah, and of course, a draw is also a result that we've seen happen a lot in this tournament so far, but neither team would be satisfied at one point. I think today, I think they would want to go for all 3, especially given where they are on the table.
Yes, that is exactly both teams want a win now. Moruga is playing with a different uniform today, and maybe a different uniform can bring something different on the table for this team.
Yeah, a couple of fresh boots as well on the pitch. These players are looking very snazzy today. Let's see if they can kick off their tournament in earnest with 3 points against Central FC. Moruga with the ball in green, Central playing in white, attacking your goal on the left of your picture.
And of course today is a day of newness because we have a new graphic that we are using today as well. So it's a goalless game between, of course the game has just started, Central FC and Moruga FC. Central FC coming off 2 consecutive losses, Deportivo PF 2-0 and last week 4-0 to Defence Force. And of course they want to get a win today against a Moruga team who are the only team without a point in this standing so far.
Yeah, it's not for a lack of trying. The Moruga team, they've really played some good football in spurts. They just need to become more consistent, take their chances, and really just tighten up in certain areas. Last weekend they had a very good chance in their match, but they didn't look in the end as the better team. They have to, keep up that consistency throughout the match and really strive to be better against Central.
This is Faria looking to turn, trying to squeeze a ball to Jacole Pierre, but here comes Moruga. This is Atiba Charles, just doing in a battle there, looking to send, but well covered by Da Costa. Good ball into Francois. Francois going forward. Kijan Central is playing a little deep, playing more like a false 9. Fikile Thompson looking to find Jokul pair. Terrell Roberts, sorry. Who's getting a start today. This is Thomas. Looking for some space and some room, but wasn't in sync there with Miguel Williams. And here is Atiba Charles for Moruga. But it went over the line with it, and it's a throw here for Central FC, but they don't do much with it going forward. The ball intended for Ryan King Allen wasn't there, so this is Terrell Roberts looking to go past it one, but he couldn't get past Ephraim Brown. And there's a goalkeeper, Romano, stealing. By looking at him, he wouldn't look like a typical goalkeeper, but let's see what he can do.
I don't want to put him under the microscope, but I've played keepers that look like Mr. Stealing, and they've been able to, be very valuable to teams. So let's not count him out just yet. It's only 3 minutes in this match. He hasn't been tested as yet. And I've heard from the Moruga team that they are, looking to spring a surprise this afternoon. So let's see what they have in store for us.
This is Francois. Francois looking for pair, but he couldn't get past her. But here could be an opening. Ball is falling. Here is Kishan St. Rose, but he carries a ball over the line. It's a goal kick for Moruga.
Yeah, and St. Rose really would be, to use some local parlance, thirsty for a goal in this tournament. He's had a lot of good looks at goal. He hasn't been able to find the goal with the frequency that the central team would have liked, or personally he would have liked himself. But today's a good opportunity as any.
And talking to his coach before the start of the game, Ross Russell, he said that sometimes there's just one goal you need. Even if it's a lucky goal, that one goal can bring you the confidence and open the way for more goals. But here is Ryan King Allen. And it's a chance here and going, oh my goodness. This was on a platter. This was on a platter.
Yeah, really great chance there for Moruga. First clean-cut chance of the match so far in the 5th minute.
This was on a platter for Melik Lewis. He kind of looked like Torres some years ago in the English League when he just had the open goal to score. But this was the goalkeeper, Katibi, was already on the ground. He was no way he could have saved that ball.
Yeah, but certainly Moruga looking very much up for it this afternoon.
Good
as
tackle.
Promised.
Good tackle from Joshua Ragu. He stopped Terrell Roberts in his progress and giving up a corner. So let's see how Central FC will do with this corner. And then we'll see the first real action and the first real test for stealing.
Yeah, he doesn't look too bothered by the fact that there's a corner coming his way. Mr. Stealing.
And of course, this is a third goalkeeper Moruga will be using. Kervil Turner was the goalkeeper for the first 2 matches. Then Kadim Duncan was a goalkeeper. So let's see how they do. Oh, an attempted shot from Fikile, the goalkeeper, comes out. And you would think that Central FC should have done better with this. I don't blame Fikile Thompson with that effort. He's not usually an attacking player. He's a central defender, so I wouldn't be too hard on him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be hard on anybody in that sequence. Players surely not covering themselves in glory in that sequence, but surely a sign of things to come for both teams.
And of course, I don't want to put Stealing under the microscope too much, but he came out for that ball, but he didn't treat it too well. So maybe if the Central FC bench is taking notes, they will be looking at that and encouraging their players, hey, let's get something there.
Yeah, he's still, like you said, new to the lineup, so wouldn't want to put him down too much. Although that goal kick may not have inspired some confidence. But here come Moruga. Ryan Allen just losing out. It's going to be a Moruga throw here with number 13, Joshua Ragu.
Ragu with the throw. Going back to Davis. Davis trying the ball going forward, but no problem for Katibi as he take the ball over the line. So it's a goal kick here for Central FC. Da Costa playing the ball across the face of his goal to Fikile Thompson. Thompson going forward a bit. Good work from Miguel Williams. This is Francois. Francois looking forward for St. Rose, but St. Rose had some Tigana Sparks in company.
Francois just playing in that attacking midfielder role.
Da Costa is making a surge forward. Good work by the goalkeeper there. The shot was tried at the near post. This is the other Da Costa. Turning against two, and the shot was way off target.
Yeah, subtle changes to both lineups this evening. This afternoon, sorry, at the Arima Velodrome as we approach the 10th minute. How do you think both teams have started their match in the 6th round of football?
Well, they've started quite confident against each other. Both teams have made some openings. Both teams have had some chances, especially the Moruga chance that fell to Malik Lewis. I think that was the best chance of the evening so far. They should have done better with that. And Moruga should have been leading 1-0 at this point. Jashon Thomas is playing more in the central part of the field, couldn't get past Ryan Allen King. Ryan Allen King has some support in Brown. Brown looking for the cross, not a particularly good one, and cleared away from Central. Terrell Roberts trying something cheeky there, and Jekyll Pay with his fancy footwork, finding Javon Thomas, who is on the flank. This is his position that he's well known to be, getting past one. The cross coming in, but a cross a bit too heavy, and it will go for a goal kick. The game is already opening up, and we are just in the 10th minute of play.
Yeah, I expect a pretty open game this afternoon. Both defensive have been a bit porous this season, but they will also be trying to get the goals that win matches. So you can expect some open football from both sides. They have good attacking talent.
You did mention porous, and of course I'm looking at Central FC. They would have conceded 12 goals so far in the tournament, and Moruga would have conceded 18 goals so far, but out of that 18 goals, 11 goals were from one game. So the defense is not that bad as it would look. Just that one mistake, if it were the one blip against Rangers,
and that blip has done their goal difference no justice. They have a long way back if they want to find some respectability in their position in this tournament so far.
And when you look at the games they would have played, 5 of the goals they would have conceded would have been against Police and Cunupia. They only lost 1-0 games to Westfort and CSW, so they have not been doing that bad against the weaker teams or the less prominent teams. And of course Central FC have been doing not bad themselves. They conceded 4 against the mighty Defence Force and 3 against Cunupia. So they have not been doing that bad either in terms of the defensive work.
Yeah, it speaks to the quality of certain teams in this tournament. Other teams, of course, it's a mix of community teams, Super League teams, Pro League teams, and teams that have been training for a long time. So you will expect some imbalance in certain parts, but it's been a pretty good tournament so far for both outfits, trying their best to distinguish themselves against top talent in this Ascension tournament.
Tigana Sparks for Moruga FC. He has some support. He uses Davis. Davis going for Brown. Brown going wide. Still a goalless game, but you would think that Moruga should have been leading 1-0. They had a good chance here for Melik Lewis. Ryan King Allen couldn't reach that cross, that pass intended for him. Fikile Thompson going, using Da Costa. Faria. Ball forward wasn't a particularly good one, but here comes Ryan King Allen for a good diagonal ball from him, and he's a man wider and they would use him, and this is an opening here for Moruga. The shot comes in but just wide, so Moruga is creating some of the early chances and getting themselves acquainted with the Central FC's attacking third of the pitch.
Yeah, some well-constructed moves there from the Moruga team. Of course, we had the earliest chance of the match. Just went wide. This latest one, of course, going wide as well, but they have shown that they have the attacking nous to get at those central defenders. Central would be wary of that threat as this match progresses.
Some nifty footwork from Francois. And you are seeing Central FC love to play with the ball at their feet. They have that kind of samba playing their football. This is Pierre. Thomas to Faria. Faria looking for Terrell Roberts. The ball coming, but a good catch by the goalkeeper, stealing.
He'll be expected to catch those. I know you have your eyes firmly on Mr. Stealing in the Moruga goal.
For no particular reason.
But Central, of course, have shown that they can play their football regardless of the pressure. They were down 3-0 against Defence Force and never looked anything other than themselves in that match. They didn't panic. Despite going under in that match, they still showed great spirit throughout the 90 minutes.
And of course they had created chances for themselves, but they were rattled by the pace of Ryan Moore, who really did damage with them on the flank. But here comes, this is Centros. Centros has support, but the defense of Moruga did quite well.
I would just see early on that Moruga are looking to this right side. Mr. Allen, Ryan Allen, the number 7, for them, showed that he can trouble defenses last weekend. So they've been putting some of their early hopes in him.
Yes, of course. For the tournament so far, Ryan King Allen has been a bright spot, notwithstanding the penalty that he would have not converted last week. But he has been one of the better players for them this season. Brown looking wider for some support. Yatam Henry lost the battle, and it's a throw for Central FC. Mind you, they are the reigning Pro League champions.
And in the middle of what looks to be a rebuild, a very young Central FC squad is in this Ascension tournament. We've heard Coach Russell speak about it repeatedly as we see Moruga approaching. Joshua Ragu with 2 for company.
And of course, giving up the goal kick here for Central FC. Farouk Katibi, who has hopes of being part of the Super Eagles team in the future.
Yeah, and many of these players are hoping to be part of their own national setup. A couple good performances from a couple Central players. Moruga has a couple stars among their ranks. The national coaches are in attendance, scouts, etc. Coach Angus Eve speaking about there being great enthusiasm in local football, so these players will hope to capitalize on that. As Moruga come again with Rayon King Allen. Ball just goes right, so a good defensive tackle there from Atiba Charles, one of the 3 forwards employed by the Moruga coaching staff this afternoon. Here comes Central, looking to carve out some space. It's well defended again by Moruga. Mikel Williams just pushed off the ball, recovers, looking for some room, looking for some space. Eventually gives it to Jokol Pierre. Pierre to Keegan Faria, the defensive midfielder. He needed to get rid of that much earlier than that, as did Malik Lewis in the other direction for Moruga.
A good ball forward to Keyshawn St. Rose, and this is Rose's first goal of the tournament. And Central FC is in the lead in the 20th minute.
Yeah, finally for Keyshawn St. Rose, he would breathe a sigh of relief. He's crossing himself and taking all the kudos. It's a good start for him this afternoon. His coach will surely be very happy to see that goal go into the back of the net.
And some good football. Joshua Thomas, a very good ball and a good touch from him. Just one touch, keeping his composure. And mind you, this is the first time for the season that Central FC has taken the lead in any game.
Yeah, and it's a good time as any. 20 minutes into this match against Moruga. This should add to the excitement that both these teams would have felt before stepping out on the pitch. Equally matched in the numbers game. They're only 2 points ahead of Moruga, our Central. So they'd be happy to just poke their noses in front. Still 70 minutes of football, of course, to be played. So don't count the guys from the southernmost part of Trinidad out of this one.
And of course, Keyshawn St. Rose must be the most relieved footballer in the planet right now. Finally getting his first goal after 5 scoreless matches. And you would think that coming into this game, he would have thought at the back of his mind, if I can score today, then it's problems.
And it's problems indeed for Moruga as they defend this left side cross, working to get the ball away from the goal.
And this game very important for these two teams, especially who they have next. Central FC have the mighty Rangers next week, and of course the unbeaten Rangers will be a tall order. And of course Moruga, they have the mighty Defence Force next week as well. So both teams have two tough, they are playing the two unbeaten teams in the tournament so far. So of course they want to get the result this week, because next week is a different kettle of fish.
Yeah, the two mightiest, as you've described them, teams in the league, Defence Force and the Hakata Rangers. Definitely the teams to beat. Certainly tournament favourites after just 5 weeks. We're finishing of competition. Rangers, of course, taking that win yesterday.
Rangers last evening getting 3 points from Westford, who came into the game confident of trying to spring a surprise. But the mighty La Hakata were leading 3-1 at half time. And of course Westford came back strong in the second half. But La Hakata continued to dominate the league, especially in La Hakata. They have been fortunate to play all their games in La Hakata so far. Roberts just overrunning the ball for a moment. He has Francois. Francois is looking for some movement up forward. He gets Jekulpia. Jekulpia trying to go between two, but he couldn't. The ball has been run for Atiba Charles, but he couldn't get it in time, and it's a throw for Central FC, who are now leading with a goal from the captain, St. Rose, in the 19th minute.
Yeah, and you can't grudge Keyshawn St. Rose, regardless of who you support in this match. His first goal of the tournament.
He really needed that goal. He came in this tournament with a huge reputation from his youthful days, a prolific goal scorer, but finding it difficult after 5 games in this Ascension League.
Still very youthful, still very full of running, still very deadly in front of goal as he should. It's a missed chance there from Pierre, one of the more fancy and sure-footed players in this Central FC midfield. Moruga come back with the ball.
And of course, he must love this brand of football Central FC is playing. Once they continue to stick together and continue under the coach of Ross Russell, they will get the results in time. Jekyll Pierre, who has displayed some nifty and clever footwork.
Definitely the type of player you want in your midfield. He will draw a foul, he'll get players drawn into him, he will pull players even if he doesn't have the ball. So it's a good asset to the central attack.
This is Da Costa. Da Costa stealing.
Stealing, who cannot really be blamed for being beaten on that play.
It was a brilliant goal and a brilliant effort. That goal would have scored against any goalkeeper.
A good finish from Keyshawn St. Rose, finally living up to his promise in this tournament. As we see player on the pitch for Moruga. Looks to be Ephraim Brown. No, my apologies.
Yes, that is in number 12, Brown.
Yes, Ephraim Brown. One of two central midfielders deployed by the Moruga coaching staff. They're playing similar formations, both sides this afternoon.
And we're seeing some movement on the Moruga's bench, as we are seeing number 15, Rodney Young, getting ready to enter the play. And of course, we're also seeing Curvel Jeremiah, who is wearing number 3 today, who would have worn the number 9 for the previous game that he would have played. So some forced changes for Moruga. Rodney Young is coming on for Brown, so Brown cannot continue. The injury seems to be serious enough. And of course, Malik Lewis must be struggling as well. He is also coming off for number 9, swapping for another number 9 as Curvel Jeremiah, who is wearing 3 today, who would have normally worn the number 9. He's coming on for number 9, Malik Lewis.
Yeah, and while they have 5 subs in this tournament, no coach wants to make subs before the half hour, before the half time really. But 2 subs there from Moruga. They'll be hoping that they can settle once again. They do have a deficit to overturn this first match of a doubleheader.
And this is Jeremiah getting into the action immediately as he tries to send Ryan King Allen, but Allen, with all the speed in the world, couldn't get that ball. Now that Curvel Jeremiah, with his height, he's towering over everyone. I would love to see, and I cannot stop saying this every time Moruga is playing, I would love to see them use the flanks and get the crosses for Jeremiah.
Yeah, I think with the speed of Charles and Allen flanking Jeremiah, they do have a good chance of getting some crosses into him this afternoon. He of course will be backing himself to play football with his feet. Big men these days don't just want to be target men. They want to scrap with the best of the defenses that they come against. As Central get the ball started again.
And when you think of big towering strikers, you cannot forget Jan Koller from Czech Republic, who was a huge striker, and he scored a lot of goals with his head.
Yeah, they used to call him the dinosaur, Jan Koller. And that's if you know Jan Koller, you know there's a brontosaurus in him. It's probably Douglarized with brontosaurus. Very statuesque forward. Another player who loved to head the ball was Peter Crouch, but he was also very accomplished with his feet.
And we all know Peter Crouch, who has a history with Trinidad and Tobago football, and of course, especially Brent Sancho.
Yeah, not the Brent Sancho of these days, but the former Brent Sancho from the 2006 World Cup. Dreadlocked centre back for Trinidad and Tobago.
Miguel Williams looking to pass one. He tries to get St. Rose in the play, but it was behind him. Ragu doing well to fend off Terrell Roberts. A goal kick for Moruga, trailing 1-0 because of a St. Rose goal in the 19th minute. Faria, well taken down by Francois Pierre looking for St. Rose. This is St. Rose. Jukul Pierre with a weak shot. Blocked. And Ragu will do some cleaning up.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Moruga keeper. That ball was deflected away from goal. He anticipated the last post and
Roberts.
the other way.
Roberts well picked up by Stealing. Straight to Da Costa. Da Costa couldn't get past 2. Good nifty, a clever footwork from Davis, but Roberts doesn't look comfortable on the ground.
Now Now we'll see the first involvement for the Direct Action Health Solutions team. Been ever present in this Ascension tournament, taking care of the players, making sure they're properly escorted off the pitch. Moruga players just taking the opportunity to get into some minor discussions, sort themselves out. It's going to be a central free kick, about 40 yards out, give or take.
Good take from Stealing.
Very confident goalkeeping from Mr. Stealing, the Moruga custodian on this final day of April.
Cross coming in, Ryan King Allen, back to Curvel Jeremiah, but well saved from Fikile Thompson. Good block.
Yeah, Jeremiah with just a little too much backlift there. A snapshot would have helped. He was waiting for the ball to drop. A little more athleticism may have given Moruga the equalizer as they protest this free kick, but win it back. Jado sleep, as they say, and the ball goes out once again off of Allen. So Ja waking up, going back to sleep, and waking up again. Central with the throw.
Rivers looking to send his man, but Fikile Thompson is there again to do some cleaning up. Da Costa going back forward to Francois, who is playing rather deep today. A good turn from Francois, but he loses out. Here comes Rivers, but Faria is there to do some cleaning up for Central FC. Jerkul Pierre doing some fancy footwork, but he wins a free kick in an interesting position here for Central FC, and maybe this is a test for Stealing. And we are seeing Miguel Williams behind it. Terrell Roberts is also interested. Rodney Young will try to do some defending. So Curvel Jeremiah is running back. The only player Moruga have behind the ball is Ryan King Allen. But it looks like Miguel Williams will take this one, and you would think that he will go straight to goal.
Here's the kick from Miguel Williams.
Just over the bar. Not a bad effort, Jovan.
I don't think the goalkeeper for Moruga would have got to that, but like we said before the match, put it in the V, and a few keepers who could reach it. A couple come to mind. But former Princestown senior sec keeper Marvin Phillip used to be indomitable in the south zone of the competition. Gigi Buffon, Eric Spiderman Carter, I've heard.
Some recent players I would have seen, Oliver Kahn taken some balls out of the V's.
This one just too long for Jeremiah. He's not one to run it down. They should play the ball and look to play the ball directly to him, so that faster players can play off of him. He will attract some attention playing at the center of the central goal, so they may want to retrofit their tactics to ensure that they don't exclude their towering central striker.
Interception by Miguel Williams. This is Francois. There's you overlapping Da Costa. Da Costa with the cross, but the cross is a bit too heavy. And it will go for a Moruga goal kick.
We're in the 30th minute of play in this match between Moruga and Central FC. The Sharks are leading 1-0 on a 20th minute Keyshawn St. Rose goal. Well taken one-time finish by the Central captain. Lone striker for them.
And that goal couldn't come in a better time for him personally. He needed that. This is Faria. Faria is lost, he robbed a bit. But here comes Da Costa to help out his player to do some cleaning up. Williams, this is Joshua Thomas. Thomas seeing some movement. Look back to Williams, but surrounded by a couple Moruga players. Here comes Moruga. They can get a chance here. Jeremiah in the center. Jeremiah scores and equalizes. And Katibi is not happy. Jeremiah gets the equalizer, and he too is very glad, and he's thanking the Lord above for his goal.
I'll tell you who's grateful. Everybody in a Moruga shirt. Everybody from the community of Moruga. They are grateful for this equalizer. It's a good strike by Jeremiah. Well timed. We're in the 39th minute. Katibi protesting and letting his teammates know that he's not at all pleased with the coverage that he got.
And it's game on.
Atiba Charles here working his defenders, squaring for the big man. Finesse. Very end. That's 1-1 and it's game on, like you said, 40th minute.
And that is how I like to see number 9s play. One touch goal, getting that. That's a very good goal from them. We have seen 2 good goals so far in this game.
Yeah, and Coach Russ Russell has had his share of headaches in this tournament. I think he'll be scratching his head wondering how Moruga would have gotten back into this match on the balance of play. But Moruga know what they've been doing. Captain just coming off for some treatment. Did hear from the coaching staff that they did plan to give a better account of themselves on this afternoon, so it's to be expected if you're a Moruga fan or a closet Moruga fan, as somebody in this commentary position may very well be.
And of course the coach Anton Kwashi doing a fantastic, looking like a genius, because he would have taken off Malik Lewis, who had the easy sitter in the first half, bringing on Kervel Jeremiah, and he got the goal.
Yeah, and as time goes by, it calls for some very strict decisions to be taken. Astute coaching there by Mr. Kwashi. Moruga continue to push for the lead in this match.
And here comes Moruga again. This is Joshua Ragu doing well to keep the ball forward, trying to get past Faria, but committing a foul in the process.
Yeah, the official Sashram Sarup just raising his flag. No time to wait. Here come Central.
Jukul Pay was adjudged to have handled the ball, use his arms. So back for Moruga, who has drawn level through Kervel Jeremiah. Back with a bang after missing the last couple of games for Moruga. Roberts using Francois. Francois tried to get the ball across. Tigana Sparks, and you would think that Miguel Williams should have done better. Mistake from Sparks, allowing Miguel to be played on and had a chance to score, but he went for the first post and sent it wide.
Yeah, he's taking it okay, but he should be very disappointed in that effort, Miguel Williams. He shot off of his right boot, just going into touch when it looked easier to score. Here comes Central again. This one is well over bar. Player there just adjusting his socks. Is the number 19, Ronaldo Francois, the hero of that draw against CSW a couple of weeks ago. Here's Central again, capitalizing. Moruga pegging them back. Ragu, Stigana Sparks. Sparks with two for company goes long. There's the goal scorer chasing down this ball.
And of course, Curvel Jeremiah, and that's a foul from Joshua Thomas. Fouling Rivers, Makanaki Rivers. You would think that the parents of Rivers would be a fan of Makanaki, would have played for Cameroon in the 1990 World Cup.
Take your word for it, Ian. In 1990, I was in elementary school. Just entering the primary school system. This is a free kick for Moruga. Rivers from the right side. Good position here. Good free kick as well. Action in the box. That shot is blocked. Just cleared by Central. Still ping-ponging around. Rivers. Just put out by Allen.
I would have loved to see Moruga done a lot better with that, because here you have a tall striker, number 9 in Jeremiah, who is in the box. He just scored a goal and therefore his confidence would have been high. I would have loved to see that free kick. Should have been better.
Yeah, good variation though from Moruga. Of course, the tallest man on the pitch would be your obvious choice, keeping it low and causing some problems for the Central defense. This game is finally poised as we approach the halftime interval. Referee about to show 3 minutes of time added on.
Ball falling for Miguel Williams, but he will go over the line with it.
Good turn there by Rivers. It's back with Central.
This is Francois. It's fouled by number 6 Davis. So another free kick this time for Central FC.
Referee not interested. Mr. CJ O'Brien not interested in any of the protestations from the Moruga team in their third fluorescent kit. Green, very sharp today. Sharp in front of goal was Mr. Jeremiah, number 3, to bring them back into this one. Central once again chasing a lead.
And the ball was brought back but well held by the goalkeeper, stealing. Played back to Katibi. Young turning, going back to his defense. A mistake, landing for Francois St. Rose, but Jukul Pierre trying to get it on the right foot, well headed away by the defender. And you would think that if the defender didn't get his head in the way, stealing would have been in problems.
Yeah, stealing would have been in problems, but good football from both sides. Pierre carving out an opportunity, only to be denied by the Moruga defender. This one will be taken short against the referee's advice. Have to play to the whistle.
Deshaun Thomas playing the free kick a bit too early. Not a particularly good corner kick, and well held this time in the end by Stealing. One of the rare mistakes from Fikile Thompson, but he does well, he recovers well. Jeremiah doing some nifty, controlling the ball well.
Ole.
And a good ball for Ryan King Allen, but good coming by the goalkeeper, Katibi. Faria going to ground, earning Central FC another free kick. And that's the end of the first half, and an even first half, an even half time, Jovan.
Yeah, good football from both sides in this half. Moruga digging into drawback level through Jeremiah after going down to a Keishon St. Rose goal. And let's look at those highlights from the first half. Here we see Central coming forward, looking very dangerous. That's the ball to St. Rose, well finished, stealing in the Moruga goal. It's Jeremiah's first chance after coming on as a sub. That free kick was well over by Michael Williams. But here comes the Moruga goal. This is Atiba Charles centering for Jeremiah. And what about that finish? The big man for Moruga FC. Should have been 2-1. Michael Williams didn't capitalize on that. Saw a foul on Rivers. Moruga again came. That shot from Allen, just knocked back. And the free kick from Javon Thomas, just grabbed up by Stealing. But a well played first half from both teams. They produced the type of match we were looking for. Both teams are actually looking to come up the table. So on the balance of play, I think we got what we expected from this first half here.
Yes, a very even game, and the half time is a really biased score line. It's a fair score line for these two teams. They both had their chances, they both had some openings, and they both scored their goals.
Yeah, so 1-1 at halftime, Moruga FC versus Central FC. We're going to take a break, and we'll return with the second half from the Arima Velodrome.
What is television? It seems like a simple question, but television means different things to different people. We in the Caribbean are very unique people. That's why we need unique television. Welcome to M&E TV, where we showcase our lives in the Caribbean. M&E TV is about us, the special way we talk, the way we walk, dance, move. M&E TV is about me. It's about you. M&E TV is about our amazing Caribbean experience.
Fikile coming into the game today. Moruga, no points.
Everywhere. Feel the vibe, 'cause it's so good. smile, relax a while, it's fun and good cheer. Ooh, enjoy every scoop. Ooh, every taste will get you hooked. We have flavors that you love, a combination special. Come along, enjoy our treats. This is Uncle Pete's.
Everyone has a unique story to tell.
This Easter, join us on CNC3 for What's Cooking Kids Edition Easter Treats. Tune in with the kids and take notes as we teach you to make some awesome Easter dishes. So log on every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. for What's Cooking Kids Edition Easter Treats.
Are you at home feeling isolated? Don't worry, we will bring the world to you. The nation's first and leading newspaper, the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, is extending a special home delivery for 30 days for just $99. Yes, for just $99, you can get the TNT Guardian newspaper, the fastest growing and most read newspaper, most credible and highest reader value, and voted tops for best publication.
What's Cooking Kids Edition Easter Treats. Tune in with the kids and take notes as we teach you to make some awesome Easter dishes. So log on every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. for What's Cooking Kids Edition Easter Treats.
It's here at a newsstand near you. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win $1,000 instantly when you purchase the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. It's quick and easy for your chance to win. A unique number will be printed at the back of each Guardian newspaper daily. Purchase your Guardian newspaper, then join JW for the daily Guardian Lucky Number Draw, the winning number on just before the nightly news on CNC3. If the number drawn matches the unique number at the back of your Guardian newspaper, then $1,000 is yours. Just bring the winning Guardian newspaper and a picture ID to Guardian Media Limited. You have until 3 p.m. the following workday to claim your prize. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win. NLCB approved.
Are you at home feeling isolated? Don't worry, we will bring the world to you. The nation's first and leading newspaper, the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, is extending a special home delivery for 30 days for just $99. Yes, for just $99, you can get the TNT Guardian newspaper, the fastest growing and most read newspaper, most credible and highest reader value, and voted tops for best publication by more readers than any other newspaper, delivered to your home. It's easy to subscribe to our home delivery. Simply call us now at 225-4465 extension 4274 and speak to one of our customer service representatives, and we will bring the world to you.
What is television? It seems like a simple question, but television means different things to different people. We in the Caribbean are very unique people. That's why we need unique television. Welcome to M&E TV, where we showcase our lives in the Caribbean. M&E TV is about us, the special way we talk, the way we walk, dance, move. M&E TV is about me. It's about you. M&E TV is about our amazing Caribbean experience.
Relax a while, it's fun and good cheer. Ooh, enjoy every scoop. Ooh, every taste will get you hooked. We have flavors that you love, a combination special. Come along, enjoy our treats. This is Uncle Pete's.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Help us tell your stories.
We all see the negatives happening here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Let us begin the conversation
with inspiring content.
Targeting change.
Inspire TT. Be the change.
It's here at a newsstand near you. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win $1,000 instantly when you purchase the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. It's quick and easy for your chance to win. A unique number will be printed at the back of each Guardian newspaper daily. Purchase your Guardian newspaper, then join JW for the daily Guardian Lucky Number Draw, the winning number on just before the nightly news on CNC3. If the number drawn matches the unique number at the back of your Guardian newspaper, then $1,000 is yours. Just bring the winning Guardian newspaper and a picture ID to Guardian Media Limited. You have until 3 p.m. the following workday to claim your prize. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win. NLCB approved.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Help us tell your stories.
Yes, and welcome back. It's second half action between Moruga FC and Central FC, and the score is 1-1. Goals from St. Rose for Central FC in the 19th minute, and in the 39th minute, Kerval Jeremiah, who came on as a substitute for Malik Lewis, he would have scored the equalizer, and it's a 1-1 game. This is Da Costa going back to his brother Da Costa, who's going across to Thompson. Thompson just getting a deflection, but it falls to Faria. Faria going for the long ball. This is Roberts, but Roberts going wide. And the first attack in the second half for Central FC going wide. And of course Moruga having some defending to do as Central FC try to put on the early pressure in the second half. Long ball going forward, finding the goal scorer Jeremiah, but he loses out to Faria. Faria looking to send. This is Jekyll Pierre, but good defending. Rather give up a throw than to give up a corner. Both teams looking for that win because currently they are both at the bottom of the table. Moruga yet to score any points in their previous 5 matches. Central FC just 2 draws. The draws against AC Port of Spain and West Fort FC. Moruga having 2-1 losses to CSW and West Fort. A 2-0 loss to Canopia and a 3-0 loss to Police. And that blip that they would have suffered an 11-2 loss to Rangers. And Central FC would have lost 3-1 to Canopia, 2-0 to Deportivo, and 4-0 to Mighty Defence Force. A goal hitting, a shot going goalwards, hitting the bar. And a good effort from distance. Central FC signaling their intent in the second half. Goalkeeper stealing was beaten. Couldn't do anything to stop that. And of course the third choice, the third goalkeeper for Moruga in the tournament so far after Kervel Turner and Kadim Duncan. Stealing the third keeper for Moruga in the 6th game. As we welcome back Jovan Ravello, as Central FC has to do some defending. Da Costa getting the ball over the line.
Yeah, the Moruga number 10 there in the midfield. Rivers just trying to G up his players. They have a, like we've been saying all game, a good opportunity here for 3 points. They're even. I believe it's their first equalizer of this tournament.
And it will be their third goal after they scored 2 against Rangers.
Good work by Atiba Charles. Retaining possession, giving it away.
St. Rose being fouled by Henry. This is Jerkle Williams on the far side. Driving past, but the cross was blocked. And of course now Moruga have to defend another corner. Javon Thomas. And that's what can I say? A brilliant goal this time. And after having suffered in the first 5 games, St. Rose now has a double.
Yeah, and I can understand why you couldn't compose yourself a minute ago, Ian. Keyshawn St. Rose has had a rough road to this double. Popping up at the right time to beat the Moruga keeper. Looks on a bit astounded that he would have gotten beaten there. But Keyshawn St. Rose is some player. Shortest man on the pitch. First corner. It's 2-1, sorry. My sincerest apologies. 2-1 to Central. Moruga needing to find another equalizer in this match. And now that Ian has caught himself, we'll be back.
Well, I am so happy for St. Rose, especially personally, having suffered for the first 5 games. I couldn't even find the words. My tongue couldn't just form the words, because as I was speaking to Ross Russell before, we were talking, and I mentioned that just one goal he would need would open the way for other goals and for his confidence to be back, and it's good to see him scoring a double so far.
And it could be the floodgates here as Central come again. Ball just eluding all players in a white shirt. This is ball up to Jeremiah, pressuring his defender, winning the ball.
And here comes Central FC again. Terrell Roberts trying to find the double goal scorer now. His confidence up, but he would give up a throw in the process. Central FC finding themselves in front again. This would be the second time they would be leading in the tournament. The first time was earlier in this game. And the second time so far, they would have scored 2 goals in a space of 90 minutes after the 2-2 draw with Westfort. And the first time they would have scored in this game, Kishan Fintro's first goal would be the first time since they scored against Westfort, because they haven't scored against Deportivo in that 2-0 loss and also that 4-0 loss against Defence Force. So they have gone 2 games without scoring. Now they have 2 goals in 1 game. This is Centro. Centro's been robbed a bit by Sparks, the captain of Moruga.
Yeah, Central finally catching themselves, just like Ian had to at the end of that Central corner. Gave them the lead in this match for the second time. Here come Moruga again. Jeremiah, that's a great goal!
Oh my God!
Golazo!
And the mistake from Thompson, another rare mistake from Thompson, allowing the ball to fall to Jeremiah. And just like that, the 2 strikers who have been struggling in the tournament so far, they both have 2 goals each.
Wonderful stuff here at the Arima Velodrome, and Jeremiah just letting his players know it's time to go. Poor defending, horrible clearance there, falling to Jeremiah, making some space for himself. Down in the corner. Katibi distraught on the pitch. It's 2-2. Moruga versus Central after 55 minutes. Game on once again.
This is excellent football. We anticipated a very good game from these 2 teams. They both targeting each other's. And that's a strong tackle. It looked like a card could come out here. And it's a yellow card for Da Costa. Da Costa getting the yellow card with that hard tackle. Number 17 on number 17. 217's clash. It's an old reggae song from Culture. They have a song called 27's Clash. Well, this is the 217's clash.
And we have to make the distinction, of course. Leandro Da Costa, the player going into the book. Leonardo, the number 5, is a centre back. Leandro is right back for Central. Moruga now surely be looking for their hat-trick hero, number 3, most prolific number 3 in the tournament so far.
But he's naturally a number 9. He wore the number 9 in the first couple games he would have played in. He's coming on today, coming off the bench as well as the number 9, the starting number 9, Malik Lewis, came off. And he missed that sitter in the first half. And
yeah, we could have been at 3-2 here. There we see Keyshawn St. Rose just recovering the ball for the Central throw on the right-hand side.
A good game for the 2 strikers coming into both strikers were under some pressure, not scoring goals. Well, Jeremiah didn't play in the last 2 games. Coming back today, still without a goal. And just like that, the 2 strikers who were under pressure coming into today's game, they both have doubles next to their names. Da Costa going back to Thompson, whose rare mistake provided that equalizer.
Rare, but a very poor mistake there from one of your favorite defenders in this tournament, Ian. I know you don't want to criticize him too much.
But it was a very poor clearance. He went for the back header, almost missed it completely, and falling gifted. The only thing that ball was missing was a red bow.
But it was wrapped up very well by Jeremiah, who is now deep in the midfield trying to control. Here he is again, looking to turn provider.
And the last time I would have seen a striker in our local game with that size and would have been McFarlane, who would have been playing for Rangers. That's before they were the Hocketa Rangers.
Of course, Defence Force, who are playing in the second match this afternoon, does have a couple big strikers, statuesque, burly strikers, in Brent Sam and Jamil Boatswain. Both players very accomplished in their own right.
And of course, when you look at players like Curville Jeremiah and Brent Sam and players of that stature, national coaches will have their eyes on players like that.
Yeah, and good thing as well for all the other players on this pitch that the national coaches are also watching these matches in the Ascension tournament, looking for talent. Coach Angus Eve, of course, going into training for the under-20 and senior.
A lot of other players in this tournament.
Yeah, certainly several diamonds in the rough playing in this tournament, and Rayon King Allen among those, as well as Keyshawn St. Rose, who has been on the score sheet this afternoon, finally putting his name in lights in this Ascension tournament.
And of course, a lot of these players from Central FC would be making that transition to senior football, but they do have the next couple years. They are of age for the Olympic qualifiers.
Yeah, several opportunities for these players to show their ways and distinguish themselves in the national setup. But this evening they have to distinguish themselves against the team in front of them. 2-all Moruga and Central with an hour played.
And with the Olympics 2 years, away, a lot of the Central FC played with the youth. And if we have young players in this team, they would fancy their chances in having this team. I know the coaches haven't been picked yet for those tournaments, so of course they may want to think about continuity,
succession planning and all that.
And if the national under-20 coach is the national senior coach, I think the under-23 coach could well be Angus Eve as well.
He has said that he's using 2 different staffs for both teams. So the under-20s and the senior team have the benefit of having their own staff. As you see the subs coming in.
Number 20 for Moruga, replacing the number 6, that's Rivers, coming off. And of course, Yatam Henry is also coming off.
Number 6 is Ryan Davis for Moruga.
Jashon Thomas is getting ready to come on. It's a triple change here for Central. Romario Burke is also coming on, as well as Jerick Williams. We'll see who are coming off now. Jokul Pay is one who is coming off. So pair off for Romario Burke. Terrell Roberts is off as well.
Burke, of course, showing his propensity to get those late goals. Did speak about his fitness, keeping him out of the starting lineup. Comes off the bench this evening.
The player who has come off for Central.
Oh, touch. Oh, you watch that tall big. Come on. Changai. Here. Move the legs.
Javon Thomas. Faria back to Thomas. The cross coming in. Faria with a shot. Well held well saved by Stealing.
Side out.
Yeah, your favorite keeper so far doing well with what is bread and butter for keepers in this tournament. Any tournament really.
Yes.
Especially at this level. Central come back.
Yes. Good hand, bigger. Back one. That's two back.
Just shown Thomas.
Right. Yes. Good hand. Yes.
64 minutes gone. It's a 2-all game between Moruga and Central FC. The two bottom teams of the tournament. This is Faria, Francois, Mario Burke.
Come on, Changa. Move your fucking leg. That was all. Move your legs.
This is Burke playing the ball. This is a shot, it's a goal.
Quality finish there from Romario Burke. This is his third goal of the tournament. Stealing again, picking the ball out of his net. As his defenders hold a commission of inquiry into how that player would have gotten all that room at the top of their box.
And just like that, with Mario Burke, who would have scored a double against West Fort, he would come, and that was coming off the bench. He would come off the bench again today and score his third goal of the tournament. And just like that, Central FC is in front again.
Yeah, Burke looks to be very confident character in front of goal. He said his fitness has excluded him from the starting lineup, as I mentioned before. But certainly his finishing touch is very valuable in this tournament to Central. Don't know if you can note the disappointment in my voice, but it's 3-2 to Central.
This is Jashon Thomas battling with the ball for the ball. The ball will be played to a corner. He won the corner. And this is now Jerick Williams will take the corner for Central FC, who are leading 3-2. And you would think that Moruga might have something in them for a third equalizer.
Yeah, anything can happen. We still have quite a lot of football to be played in this match.
Atiba Charles going past Burke, but he couldn't get past Fakile Thompson, who is trying to make up for his past mistake. This is Faria. Faria looking to go forward. He has support, and this is Francois. Francois going past one, going past two. He's in the box. And the goalkeeper came out, but the assistant is calling. His flag was up, but Francois went straight to goal. I can't understand why the flag would have gone up, as Francois didn't pass the ball to the striker. He went forward, but the linesman, what we call the assistant, flag was up. But let's ignore that for the moment, as the goalkeeper is getting some attention. But I'm still puzzled why the referee assistant flag would have been up when Francois went straight to goal from that run from the flank.
Yeah, just one of the mysteries here this afternoon.
Let's look at it again. You're seeing Francois going past one. He blew past him like if he wasn't there. Then he passed another one. And this is him now going towards goal. The referee's assistant is not in your screen, but his flag was up. And we see Stealing getting some attention. There is no Well, now there's some movement on the pitch as number 14. The substitute goalkeeper is getting preparations to come into the pitch.
That is
Darren Moore.
Moore with barely a moment to warm up. He'll have to do his stretches in the area as we consider why the referee would have blown his whistle in that last sequence. All the focus now on the fourth keeper to be fielded by Moruga in this tournament.
They certainly have some issues to iron out. Well, we understand that the keeper for the first 2 matches, Turner, he himself is not a starting goalkeeper. He himself is not usually a keeper. Instead, I understand that he is actually a striker. But there was no keeper available at the time of the first couple games. But he done quite well. For someone who is a striker to concede just 2 goals in the 2 opening matches, he would have counted himself. He would have marked himself good.
He's the keeper with the best return so far. Moore, with no goals conceded so far, is also in the running for the best keeper after 6 matches in a Moruga shirt. Of course, the men between those two suffering different fates.
Oh yes, and Turner would have also kept in that 11-2 game as well, so that would have spoiled his returns, as this good thing that Moore didn't have to do much defending in that effort that went wide.
Yes, just catches his bearings. It's good to see that ball go wide. This is first real involvement in the match as Moruga continue to chase. They've used all 5 of their substitutions now. 4 outfield players and a goalkeeper. 2 in the first half. One of those being the goal scorer, Jeremiah. A brace on either side, scored on either side of the half. Second was real beauty. Moruga.
Maybe they have a 3rd goal coming for them. It's a goal kick awarded for Central FC, as that ball would have been carried over the line. Joshon Thomas cutting inside with his left foot to Javon Thomas. Jerick Williams, time and space. DaCosta back to Williams, getting a bit crowded in there. Faria. Substitute would have come on and given Central FC the lead. It's 3-2 with just over 18 minutes to go in this game.
Yeah, the Central super sub really marking his name down in the coach's notebook as a viable option. This corner is his. Defended well.
And this would have been the first game that either Clausel or Burke didn't start. Usually you would have one of them starting if one of them is on the bench, or if both of them would start. But this is the first game where both of them, in fact, Clausel is not even on the bench for Central FC.
Yeah, the heir to the dread dribbler throne showed some flashes in the last match. It's another mystery why he isn't involved today, but
for him to be a dread dribbler, he needs a dread first.
Maybe dreaded is more apt in this case. Certainly that through ball he played last weekend. would earn him some kind of reputation. But here comes another man with good reputation. His ball is slipped just off of Tiber Charles. It's good football from Ryan Allen to advance the ball up the field. Tiber Charles just unable to keep in line with the defense.
A mistake from Jashon Thomas as he tries to recover. Commits a foul in the process. Ryan King Allen continues to impress. Yes, nice surging forward runs in this tournament. Nifty and clever footwork as well. A missed pass. Faria to the overlapping the cost to Javon Thomas.
And back to Ryan Allen. It's the type of player you need on your side when you need a goal. Somebody who dares to dream, dares to take on defenders. Jeremiah, of course, showing his ability lower down the pitch. He is on a hat-trick, collects it from Allen. Good footwork from the big man. Very composed stuff there. Ball over from Charles, goes into touch. It's a corner for Moruga. And
it's amazing to see what confidence can do, what a goal can do. You're seeing Jeremiah holding up the ball pretty well. He's playing with his back to the goal pretty well. And with the 2 goals that he would have scored, he himself for them would be trying to impress some national scouts as well.
Yeah, I'd love to see him do it a little higher up the pitch to allow players like Charles and Allen to play around him. But he's been very effective in this match so far. Can't fault him for effort.
This is Jeremiah giving the ball to King, Alan King. Alan King is to the ground, but the referee would point for the goal kick.
Moruga pressing Central higher up the pitch. Can be effective. This part of the match is the point where you're looking for those mistakes.
Some good footwork from Francois. This is Williams, Jerick Williams. Williams to Jashon Thomas. So shot going wide. Jashon Thomas showing some nifty footwork. Who is favored his left foot.
Yeah, the defense force staff behind just returning the ball as they continue their warm-up ahead of the second match of this doubleheader.
An equally enticing game in the second half. Kunupia currently second on the table, defense force fourth. Just 1 point separating the 2 teams.
Very close in quality, both sides.
The ball coming in, and it's a goal here. And it's a 4th goal for Central FC. And just like that, St. Rose completes his hat-trick. Coming into the game, I mentioned many times, coming into the game under some pressure. And it's a good feeling to get your first hat-trick, Jovan. I'm sure you would have got a few hat-tricks in your time.
My time was a long time ago, but tonight is Mr. Keyshawn St. Rose's time. This is good football here on the left wing from Javon Thomas. St. Rose there to gobble up his hat-trick. His 3rd goal of the tournament. 3rd in this match. First conceded for Mr. Moore in the Ascension tournament. It's 4-2 to Central as they put some distance between them and Moruga.
And they should be happy to score 4 goals in a single game. The first time they would have done that for this season. And this is only the second time Moruga would have conceded. This would be the second time that Moruga would have conceded more than 3 goals in the tournament.
Yeah, they haven't been too bad this afternoon, the Moruga team. We spoke last week about them going from strength to strength in the Ascension tournament. They would feel hard done by this scoreline, but they are good value for this. Looking for third on that occasion was Rayon Allen with Jeremiah Central. 3-man forward lineup working for Moruga today. The defensive issues need to be sorted out, of course, for the Southern Community team. Hector, Ren Hector.
Sparks getting past Rick Williams, but couldn't get past Da Costa. He forces him to go back to the goalkeeper. Moruga has just over 10 minutes. Good ski tackle from the Jashon Thomas. Headed away from Da Costa. Javon Thomas, that would be. My apologies. Jashon Thomas is number 7. As we are looking at Ryan King Allen, who himself would want to get one at the back of the net, who have been doing quite well, but just not getting to convert them.
Yeah, very strong, scrappy performance here from Allen King Allen, sorry. This kit is very clean. Hasn't been matched, really. His final ball is what is lacking. As Rago is forced back. Gets the foul for that push in the back. Goes prostrate, maybe with some cramp. Here come direct action. Stretcher men, as it were. Ragwas beat his body for his team this afternoon into evening. As we enter the 81st minute, 82nd minute of play. It is to be expected, given the effort that these players have been putting in against Central FC. Central FC, of course, enjoying the better of the exchanges. They're up 4-2. But Moruga giving a very good account of themselves on this afternoon. Up to a short while ago, looking very much in this match.
And this is the kind of result that you would want heading into a very tough game next week against Rangers. And this is what Central FC would take forward going into that game against Rangers. So this victory, what is looking like a victory, would be a good confidence booster as they face the unbeaten Rangers. Now Moruga will have to face the mighty Defence Force next week, and this is not how you want to get into a game against Defence Force, losing to a team that have been struggling before today.
Yeah, I think every team's struggle is unique in this tournament. Defence Force wouldn't have been pleased, as we see some of the Moruga supporters and team officials looking on at their valiant champions. As Rago is removed from the pitch first player to be stretchered off this afternoon. He will receive some treatment. Moruga have already used all 5 of their subs in this match. So if King isn't able to return, they will play these final 7 or so minutes short. Defence Force have scored a lot of goals, but they lamented their own finishing about a week ago and corrected those mistakes with that Rayon Moore performance. Here come Moruga again. Jeremiah looking for some space where there wasn't any. It's a great ball down the left side for Atiba Charles. He rides the challenge well. That cross found no one. There's Central. Mario Burke looking for the man. Couldn't find him. It's well cleared by Stephen Richardson. That is a 5th out of nowhere for Central FC. The man, Ronaldo Francois, taking the high fives and the slaps on the back. Doesn't celebrate much. He's been working very hard in that center midfield position. Ball coming to him. Just wrong footing the keeper. On its way to the back of the net. It's 5-2 to Central in the 86th minute. It's going pear-shaped for Moruga at this point.
A very good confidence booster for this team. In the past games, we would have seen them playing that kind of football, attractive football, positive football. And it's only a matter of time before they start to get the results. And I think this game would be a game to jumpstart the points column for this team.
Yeah, both teams would have hoped that this would have been the jumpstart that their tournament needed. Central, of course, applying themselves a little better. To lead 5-2. What would seem to be an unassailable lead at this point in the match. Just about 4 minutes to play plus time added on. We'll await the signal from 4th official Kerwin Colley.
Referee's assistant flag is up for this one.
So Tiba Charles getting flagged by Komi Nicholas.
Francois is another player who would have caught the eye, I'm sure, of fans, spectators, and perhaps scouts, who has been doing a lot of running, good forward movement from this young man, and so this goal that he would have scored just a few minutes ago is well deserving.
Yeah, and he has stayed calm in a very key position for Central. He was very instrumental in the way that they approached the game against Defence Force last weekend, despite not being able to get the win. He's been a rock for this Central team, this very young Central team, one of the more composed players. And then showing his finishing touch to get their 5th a short while ago. France again. It's a good find. St. Rose on the ball. Looking for Burke. It's blocked.
And you would think that Central FC is not finished yet. They are looking for more goals. Everybody thinking now, maybe I can get in one.
Moruga still thinking that they can get in one. This is a long-range attempt from Jeremiah. It's been a solid performance for Jeremiah since coming on as a substitute very early in the first half, but he hasn't been able to bring his team out of trouble. A third, fourth and fifth time this evening. It's Burke.
Just Sean Thomas looking for St. Rose. St. Rose looking for some movement. Couldn't get the ball between his man there. But this is a good turn from Atiba Charles, who was Da Costa running behind him. The other Da Costa stopped him. When he was running from one Da Costa, the other one stopped him.
Yeah, and that's Da Costa running at the central defense.
Ryan King Allen on the far side. Good work there from Thompson, but he was supported there by Williams. This is Francois. Francois has Romario Burke. Tries a shot from distance, but no problem for the goalkeeper this time.
Yeah, as you see, 4 minutes of time added on.
But there are some positives that Moruga would take from this game.
Yeah, certainly they've scored 2 goals this afternoon. They've come back to draw level twice against a very good Central team. It would all go well for their further fixtures. They have a very tough assignment next week. But they will be focused on their continued improvement in this tournament. Just a lack of communication getting in the way there. As we head into the 3rd minute of time added on. Legs beginning to tire for everyone. Central keep pushing for another goal, most probably. Dogged defending there from the Moruga defense.
Again, this is Faria. Faria to Romario Burke. Central FC still pressing for one more. St. Rose, Faria. The goalkeeper would finally hold the ball. Just need to survive just about 80 seconds. St. Rose going around this man, going through a second, and a good tackle in the end. Good timely tackle, and he would give up a corner in which Faria would walk across to take. Tyrese Reefer doing the tackling just in the final moment. Just a matter of seconds now for Central FC to get their first win of the tournament. And
this is a bad sign here. It looks like Keyshawn St. Rose touching his left leg right off the pitch. Central captain.
And the scorer of a hat-trick today.
finally got off the mark, but looks to be in some distress. Tackled by Reefer, very meaty but fair.
Got the ball. Wasn't all ball because he got a part of the player, but he got the ball.
Mostly ball. That's all he can ask for. As we look at 4 minutes, time added on elapsed. Wait on the referee's signal. Thomas just being foiled by the substitute Reefer.
And a good effort across the face of the goal. A very good effort.
That is Romario Berg, looks like.
So close from being a 6th goal for Central FC, but a good effort. And a good performance by Central FC. 5 goals in the second half, both teams. This is Francois. And that's the final whistle. Central FC with their first win of the tournament, 5-2 over Moruga Jovan.
Yeah, and a disappointing afternoon for Moruga team and fans of Moruga, but great success here for Central as we see Coach Russell striding off the pitch, looking a little more assured of his team's performance this evening. Last week he said he wasn't accustomed to being on the losing end, but now we'll see the highlights of a great victory for his team. This is the first half here. First of Kishon St. Rose's 3 goals, poked into that far left corner of the Moruga goal. Moruga were right back with Peters to Jeremiah, Atiba Charles to Jeremiah. Well celebrated there by Rayon Allen King, one of the main protagonists this evening. St. Rose allowed to header in the second of his hat-trick for Central. Poor header here, allowing Jeremiah a moment and space to look for that far corner. Great finish from him. He would complete his double. Rayon King Allen earning a yellow for that. Another ball here for Kishon St. Rose. Finish his hat-trick, round it off. He's all smiles at that point. Here's the 5th by Francois. Wrong footing the substitute keeper Moore. 5-2 is how it ended. Central FC taking a valuable 3 points. They're on 5 points now in the tournament. And how do you feel about that performance, Ian?
It's a good performance from Central FC. They needed that. They've been playing some good football, not getting the results, but finally the results came.
Yeah, so a good match here. 7 goals. Central FC getting the lion's share of them. The Sharks from Central against Moruga, 5 to the final score. When we come back, we'll have Defence Force versus Canopia FC.
Central FC. And up next, the second game. Defence Force versus Canopia FC. Are the defenders ready for game number 2? The Ascension tournament. Bigger.